Welcome to Spiritual Psychic with Sarah Wiseman, where you'll learn how to unlock the secrets of spiritual intuition and your own psychic gifts. Here's Sarah.
Hey everybody, welcome. I'm Sarah Wiseman. Today we are talking about what gives your life meaning. Learn why living fully engaged with present moment helps us find purpose across our lifespan. So when you look at the idea of what gives your life meaning, a lot of times people will say, you know, my family, my friends, my relationships, and that's perfect. Other people might say it's my work in the world, or it's my health, or it's the experiences that I have, or it's, you know, what I'm building in the world. And that's perfect too. There's no right answer as to what gives your life meaning. Each of us comes in with a particular soul blueprint, or some people say it's an astrological blueprint, or it's a personality blueprint, but we come in pretty well formed and pretty destined as to what our focus is going to be in this particular lifetime. We come in with the experiences of all of our past lives, whether we actually remember those past lives or can access those or not. We come in with those experiences in our soul memory, in our, some people say, Akashic records. So when you arrive, you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from a place of soul understanding, and you're trying to get your personality and maybe even your body to remember why you're here and what you're meant to be focusing on. And for some of us, it's easier than for others. I know that in my own life, I've just been very directed to be working in this field. When I was a tiny child, I was fascinated by things like Holy Communion, and I would read stacks of spiritual, I would read the Bible, I would read the Quran, I would read books on Quaker mysticism, and I was just little. I was checking these books at a library and reading them, and I'm not really sure why it was such a strange interest. And that's because for me, whatever my destiny has been or is remaining, it's been to focus on this idea of how are we as humans connected to God, the divine, oneness, the universe, source, whatever, all of the many names that it has. What is our connection here, and what does that mean? That's my path. But other people don't have that same path, and why would you? We're all here for different things. So when you start to look at what gives my life meaning, I think the first thing is to start and look at the close relationships that you have, and if you're very fortunate, those are healthy and love filled, and if you're struggling with that, then maybe there's some soul lessons there to work on, or maybe the soul lesson is to just break from toxic people and not have a part of it. I don't know each person's situation, but those are all choices that we're making as we're considering relationships. Then we want to look at, what are you doing? How are you spending your time? What are you mostly focused on? And I think that if you're doing something that really gives you no pleasure and you have no interest in it, then that would probably be a sign to take a pause and figure out what it is you truly are passionate about and what you truly love. And that idea, what would you do if you weren't being paid? What would you do if you could do anything? What is your calling? And there's this idea in modern culture, like, I can't do my calling, I have to pay the bills. I would suggest that every person who has a calling, if they answer their calling, the universe will lay out the red carpet for you to be able to do that. So consider that idea of, what if you did go for that work that gives your life meaning, that work that brings you joy? And then the last piece is, what gives your life meaning in terms of the experiences you're having every day? A lot of you guys, sometimes we'll ask people the question, like, what's your spiritual practice? And they'll say nature. That's perfect. Nature is something that instantly gives our life meaning. We just go out and are in nature, and we feel this direct divine connection with everything all at once, because we're in this sort of flow of oneness that nature brings to us. So pay attention to the experiences that you're having on the day-to-day, and consider if they are meaningful to you. And I would say that this is going to shock some of you, because sometimes we think, I just have to get through my day, and then I get my, 1 hour maybe of personal time a day. And I'd like to suggest that your experiences in the day should be 90% feeling this oneness connection at all time. That's not too much. And if you're only feeling 10% or 5% of this direct connection with the universe, I don't mean you have to be in meditation all the time, but if you're not like going around like, wow, knowing this oneness at all times, I would ask to consider opening up more, or taking the things out that are putting you in this trance of mainstream group thought, which we've talked about a lot in the past. What gives your life meaning? So we've got relationships, potentially, your calling, your work, the experiences that you're having all day long. Just sort of look at those and see where the meaning is for you, if you can create meaning in all of those, or what else the universe is sort of bringing for you to look at. I'm Sarah Wiseman. You'll find me at sarahwiseman.com.